गंधार के गिरिधारी श्री श्री राधा विनोद बिहारी जू की जाय। श्री गोविंद गोपीनाथ मदन मोहन जू की जाय। नित्याल विष्णु विष्णुपार अष्टोत्तर शत श्रीमार भक्ति वेदांत नारायण गोसाई महाराज श्रील गुरुदेव की जय। नित्याल विष्णु विष्णुपार अष्टोत्तर शत श्रीमार भक्ति वेदांत वामन गोसाई महाराज की जय। नित्याल विष्णु विष्णुपार शुतर शतश्मार भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी महाराज श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। नित्याल विष्णु विष्णुपार शुतर शतश्मार भक्ति प्रज्ञान केशव गोसाई महाराज की जय। नित्याल विष्णु विष्णुपार शुतर शतश्मार भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोसाई प्रभुपाद की जय। नित्याल विश्व महाभागवत शिल गोरक्षरस बाबूजी महाराज की जय। नित्याल विश्व शिल सच्चिदानंद भक्ति विनोद ठाकुर की जय। नित्याल विश्व वैष्णव सार्वभौम शिल जगन्नाथ दास बाबूजी महाराज की जय। श्री रूपानु गौड़ीय गुरु वर्ग की जय। श्री रूप सनातन भट्ट रघुनाथ श्री जीव गोपाल भट्टदास रघुनाथ शारद गोसाई प्रभु की जय। श्री स्वरूप दामोदर राय रामानंदारी श्री गौर पार्षद वृंद की जय। नाम अक्षय श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधार शिवासरी गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री क्षेत्र मंडल गौर मंडल ब्रज मंडल मथुर वृंदावन धाम की जय। सर्व अभिष्ट विदात गिरिराज महाराज की जय। श्री राधा कुंड श्याम कुंड की जय। श्री मुन देवी गंगा देवी की जय। श्री तुलसी महारानी वृंद देवी की जय। श्री भक्ति देवी की जय। श्री पूर्णमासी योगमाय की जय। श्री गोपेश्वर महादेव की जय। जय श्री हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र की जय। All the commentaries on the Mahāmantra by Śrīla Jiva Gosvāmī, Śrī Gopāla Guru Gosvāmī, Śrīla Raghunath Das Gosvāmī, and Śrīla Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura ki jai. Śrīla Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura's Bhajan Rahasya ki jai. Jai Śrī Chaitanya Śikṣāṣṭaka ki jai. Śrī Harinam Sankirtan ki jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Samagata Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Śrī Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol. अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। गुरुवे गौरचन्द्राय राधिकायै तदालये कृष्णाय कृष्णभक्ताय तद्भक्ताय नमो नमः। Shri Siddhanta Saraswati Vidito Gaudiya Gaurvanvaye Bhato Bhanuriva Prabhata Gagane Yogo Rasankirtanaya Maya Varadmingilo Daragatan Udrita Jiva Niman Krishna Prema Sudapti Gahana Sukam Pradat Prabhuntam Bhaje Vande Bhakti Vinodam Shri Gaura Shakti Swarupakam Bhakti Shastragya Samrajam Radha Rasa Sudha Nidhim Namo Bhakti Vinodaya Sachidananda Namine Gaura Shakti Swarupaya Rupanugavarayate Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Vrishabhanusutan Vitavamatanum Yamuna Tattanagarana Sutam Murali Kalagita Vinora Parang भज गोद्रुमकाननकुञ्जविदुम् स्मर गौरगदाधरकेलिकलं भव गौरगदाधर पक्षचरम् शृणु गौरगदाधर चारुकथं भज गोद्रुमकाननकुञ्जविदुम् तवैवास्मि न जीवामि त्वया विना इति विज्ञाय देवि त्वां नायमां चरणान्तिकम् भक्त्या विहीना अपराधलक्षाय क्षिप्ताश्च कामादितराङ्गमध्ये कृपामयि त्वं शरणं प्रपन्ना वृन्दे नमस्ते चरणारविन्दम् भज श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासरे गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे श्रीस्वरूपराय सङ्गहर्षशेषघोषणं शिक्षणाष्टकाख्यकृष्णकीर्तनैकपोषणं प्रेम नाम मात्र विश्वजीवनैकसम्भरं प्रेमधाम देवमेव नौमि गौरसुन्दरम् प्रेमोद्भावितहर्षर्योद्वेगदन्यार्तिमिश्रितम् लपितं गुरुचन्द्रस्य भाग्यवद्भिर्निषेव्यते प्रभुर्शिक्षाष्टक जय पुरे शुने कृष्णे प्रेम भक्ति तार बारे dine dine Shikshashtaka Chin. I'll read the translation for this. Whoever reads or hears the Lord Shikshashtaka verses will find their prem bhakti to Krishna growing more and more each day. Shikshashtaka Chinta Koro Smarana Kirtan Krame Ashtakala Seva Habe Uddipan. Contemplate the Shikshashtak and engage in Smaran and Kirtan. Gradually, service throughout the 8 divisions of the day will be awakened. Shakala Anartha Jabe Pabe Prem Dhan Chatur Varga Phalgu Pray Habe Adarshan. And all anarthas will disappear, and you will attain the treasure of divine love. You'll attain the Prem Dhan. And then the 4 aims of worldly life will appear trivial and fade from view. Jai Śrī Śikṣāṣṭaka ki Jai. Okay, let's recite the Śikṣāṣṭaka, and we'll begin. Cheto darpanamarjanam pavamahātavagni nirvapanam Shreya kairava chandrika vitaranam Vidyavadu jivanam Anandam buddhivardhanam pratipadam Purnamrita swadanam Sarvatma snapanam param vijayate Shri Krishna Sankirtanam Nam Namakari Bahuda Nija Sarva Shaktis Tatrarpita Niyamita Smaranena Kala Etadrishi Tava Kripa Bhagavan Mamapi Durdaiva Midrishamiha Janina Nuraga Trinarapi Sunichena Tarorapi Sahishnuna Amanina Manadena Kirtaniya Sadahari Na dhanam na janam na sun Kavitam va jagarisha kamaye Mama janmani janmanishvare Bhavatar bhaktir ahaituki tvai Ainandatanu jakinkaram Patitang mam vishame bhavam buddho Kripaya tava para pankaja Sthita dhuli sadrisham vichintaya Nayanam galadashudharaya Vadanam gad kadarudaya gira pulakar nichitang vapu kada tavanama grahane bhavishyati Yugaitam nimeshena chakshusha pravrashaitam Shunyaitam jagat sarvam Govinda virahena me Ashlisha pararatam pinashtumam. Sorry, let me start over. Ashlisha pararatam pinashtumam Adarshanan marma hatam korotu va Yatha tatha va vidadhatu lampato Mat prananatastu sa eva na para. Jai Śrī Śikṣāṣṭaka ki jai. Right. Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranams, Nri Hari Prabhu, Bhavatarani Mataji, Sarveshwari Mataji, Chattamai Mataji, and let's see on YouTube and Facebook. I wasn't able to get Restream working, so I might miss some comments. But oh, Haribol, Bilbo Mangal Prabhu, Dandavat Pranams. Great to see you, Haribol. And Rohini Nandan Prabhu, and Rasapriya Didi, Hare Krishna. And all the other devotees watching, if you write a comment, I'll see your name. I'm guessing Indira Mataji is there, and Raseshwari Mataji, and all other devotees. um, Also, devotees watching in the future, like Shachi Devi, Jayadev Prabhu, and Revati Didi Dandavat Pranams. So, we are continuing our reading, going through the different explanations of the Mahāmantra. Yesterday, we went through Srila Jiva Goswami's, he compiled these verses that, yeah, should I pull up the chart again? Let's see. This is what we went through yesterday. Here. So, yeah, Srila Rupa Goswami compiled this, the Aishwarya Mai explanation of the Mahamantra, of the names Hari, Hara, and Krishna, Ram. And then he compiled the verses on the Madhurya Mai explanation and the Yugal Smaran Mai explanation. So that which is the explanation which is filled with awe and veneration and like that. And then the Madhurya Mai, the 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 meanings of the Mahamantra, of the words in the Mahamantra that is filled with sweetness, and the meanings of the Mahamantra that are filled with remembrance of the divine couple. And yesterday we went through these thoroughly, tried to understand each Sanskrit word, and then we tried to compare the verses together so that we could become really clear on these verses. And Gopāla Guru Gosvāmī, he also took these verses and explained them. And that's what our program is going to be today. I don't think he explains all the verses. I don't know, though. I haven't actually read it. What we're reading today, I haven't read it yet. I'm reading it I very quickly skimmed through it, but I not very carefully at all. So, yeah. Oh, and so today I'm for some reason I'm really tired and my mind's foggy. So I'm like I might be not talking so clearly or rambling on, but sorry about that. I wanted to announce something. I'm going to write a post on my website, Vine of Devotion, about it with more details. But yeah, and what are the dates? In February 15th, I think. It's going to be a 5-day program. Let me just check really quickly what are the dates. Yeah, it's February 15th to the 21st. So just before Navadvip Parikrama. We are going to be doing a retreat, our seminar in Godrum, all focused on Srila Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura. Manjari Didi, she has the Rup Sanatana Academy, and this will be done under the Rup Sanatana Academy. And it's going to be a full-on program, full-on 5-day immersion in Srila Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura. And we're going to have Sundar Gopal Prabhu, Sundar Gopal, who wrote the Book of Dharma, Yoga and the Dark Night of the Soul, who traveled around with Gurudev all the time, um, from England. That's Sundar Gopal, Simon Haas. Um, he'll be joining, and he's going to be doing giving I think most those of you who know Sundar Gopal, you'll know that he's for the past 5 years, he's been fully immersed in um, writing a dissertation, a thesis, and really the purpose of his thesis is to defend the teachings of Srila Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura, um, and to show how Srila Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura understood the Goswamis more than anybody can imagine. Like, and he brings out new glories of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur that I've never heard before. He did a couple presentations, like at the beginning of his when he was just starting the thesis. He gave a couple presentations, one on Namras's podcast, and then another with Yashodanandan Prabhu. But now, after 5 years, that was just the very beginning, and now after 5 years, he's um, he's completed his thesis now, and I think, and or at least he's close to completing it. And then he's going to be doing a course on his findings and how Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur really like defending Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur's teachings from people from even in our own family who say that, oh, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur invented something, he created something new, he did it for the reason to like maybe to anyways, people completely misunderstand Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur's teachings and are saying stuff completely against it. And now Sundar Gopal, but it's not just that. It's not just like a defense, but it's so beautiful. It's like very. So he's going to be doing a 5-day course on that, um, and then I'll be going through Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur's songbooks, his Kalyana Kalpataru, Gita, Sharanagati, Gitavali, and Gitamala. And I was thinking, I don't have it fully planned out yet, but I was thinking of the first day being like the introduction to the program, like to Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur's kirtans and getting a very general overview of his songbooks and things that our Acharya said about how we enter into the kirtans. And then I was going to spend one day for each book so that you can get like familiar with become somewhat familiar with each book, all the types of kirtans within them. And then after that, this is just the morning part. And then after that, Chandramukhi Didi will be leading a Dashmula Tattva course. And every day she'll go through two tattvas from the Dashmula Tattva, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Um, and then we'll have lunch. This is like nothing is completely finalized, but this is like just the basic idea that we're discussing, what we're thinking of. And then in the evening time, we're thinking of having like a writing workshop to do with Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. We have a bunch of different ideas, and I probably shouldn't get into all the details of what we've been discussing because nothing's set in stone yet, nothing's finalized. But and then we'll have bhajans. And I was thinking every day the bhajans would be centered around one of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur's songbooks. So it would be just, well, anyways. And then in the evening time, like we'll have a class glorifying Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, and we'll have many different speakers. It'd be kind of like the Rupa Goswami conference in Vrindavan, but based on Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. So his glories. And we're thinking of doing this whole program. It's not completely confirmed yet, but it looks like we'll be doing it at Surabhi Kunj. So imagine that in Surabhi Kunj, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur's own house. We'll be staying there and just immersed in Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur from morning till night, and his teachings, his kirtans. We'll have a japa session in the morning time also for anybody who wants to join, and we'll speak a little something about Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur's glorifications on the holy name, and then chant in Surabhi Kunj, which is great. It's anyways. So I'm going to write a post about that and send it out on my website, vineupdevotion.com. I might send it tomorrow morning because tomorrow is Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur's disappearance day and Gadadhar Pandit's disappearance day, which is a bit of an overwhelming day. Like, how do we? Oh God, yeah. I don't even know what I'm gonna do tomorrow. for Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur's disappearance day. But yeah, if anybody has any ideas, what would be nice, a nice program. All right, I spoke way too much. Today in our reading, we're going to go through Gopal Guru Goswami's explanation of the Mahamantra. And then did I say Gopal Guru? Yeah. And then after Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur gave a very brief explanation, beautiful, like his, uh, ex sh yeah, explanation of the Mahamantra. All right. Actually, let's just to get a recap. Let's just read Srila Jiva Goswami's commentary on the Mahamantra on each word. I'm just going to read it. I'm not going to look at the Sanskrit. So, Hare. Shri Krishna Chandra's transcendental beauty captivates the minds of all. But Srimati Radhika captivates even the mind of Shri Krishna by exercising her unrivaled cleverness. Therefore, she is known as Hara. Hara in the singular vocative case is Hare. Krishna. Shri Hari, who is adorned with qualities that bewilder the three worlds, constantly attracts Srimati Radhika by his youthful beauty and the sweet sound of his flute. Therefore, he is called Krishna, the all-attractive one. He attracts Srimati Radhika. Then Hare. Shri Krishna kidnapped the doe-eyed Srimati Radhika, taking her alone to a secluded forest bower, away from the Ras Mandal. This has been learned from the words of the most exalted saintly personalities. Therefore, Radhika is known as Hara. So Hara is she who is, usually it's she who steals the mind of Hari like this, but in this it's the opposite. Krishna is the one who's taking her. So she who is taken by Krishna after to a secluded forest bower away from the Rasmandal. I'm not going to read the last sentence every time because it's not in the Sanskrit, and we already know that Hara in its vocative case becomes Hare. So, okay. Now, Krishna, the magnificent effulgence emanating from his dark limbs can convert Srimati Radhika's golden complexion to the luster of a dark sapphire. That Radharaman Sham Sundar is called Krishna. Oh, something I didn't think about when we read this last time is that the word Krishna means dark. Like if you look in the dictionary, it's one meaning of Krishna is dark. And so I think that's why it's mentioning this. Yeah, it must be. Because I was trying to, before I was wondering, like, what does it have to do with attracting? But now it makes more sense that it could be dark, his darkest complexion. Covers Srimati Radhika's golden complexion. It's like the opposite. Instead of Krishna becoming golden, like Mahaprabhu, it's Radhika becoming dark, like Krishna. Then Krishna. So we've gone through Hare Krishna, now Krishna again. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Krishna. Shri Hari manifested Shamkund, the topmost of all beautiful lakes in the forest of Raj near Govardhan. He did this in accordance with the desire of his beloved, Shri Radhika. He attracted all holy places to it. Therefore, learned people who understand this deep secret call him Krishna. Okay, so he Akrishya Sarvatirthani, he attracted all the holy places into Shamakund. So now the last Krishna on the first half of the Maha, the last Krishna. Although his pastimes in the kunjas on the banks of the Yamuna in Vrindavan bewilder the world, the all-attractive dear Lalit Nayak Shri Hari is attracted by the transcendental prem of Shri Radhika, which is celebrated by the name Mahabhav. That is why intelligent people call him Krishna. So we read before how one of the names of Srimati Radhika Hara is she who is taken by Krishna into the secluded kunjas. And now in this one, Krishna is called Krishna because he is attracted by the transcendental prem of Srimati Radhika. So it's kind of like, yeah. Now, the last two Hares in the first half of the Mahamantra. Hare. Whilst living in Vraj, Shri Krishna stole away the life force of the strong bull-like demon, Arishtasura. At that very moment, Srimati Radhika, in great jubilation, she loudly chanted, Hari Hari. For this reason, Sri Radha is known as Hara. And then the last Hare in the first half of the Mahamantra, Sri Radhika sings the pastimes of Sri Krishna in indistinct tones. And sometimes, out of intense affection, she sings loudly. Therefore, learned scholars who are expert in discerning Ras Tattva refer to her as Hara, because she chants Hari. All right, no, in the previous one it says she chants Hari Hari loudly, and then in this one, just she sings about Hari, I guess, and or loudly or softly, in distinct tones. She sings about the pastimes, the Hari Cheshtitam, right? Is that what it says? Yeah, it says Hari Cheshtitam, his past activities. Okay, now second half of the Mahamantra. Hare. In Vrindavan, Sri Radhika playfully stole away the flute as it fell from the hands of Sri Krishna while he was immersed in the ras. Because she stole away Jahara, because she stole away the flute, Radhika Devi is known as Hara. So she stole away the flute, Hara. Now Ram, the first Ram in the Mahamantra. Sri Krishna is most clever in the art of embracing. He is thus known as Rama because he wandered with Sri Radhika, playing and enjoying with her in the cave-like arbors of Govardhan. So he's playing and enjoying Rama with her in Govardhan, the caves of Govardhan. Then Hare. Sri Radhika is most merciful. She steals away all the miseries of the devotees and daily bestows happiness upon them. Thus she is known as Hara. Now Ram. The minds of the devotees who perform bhajan delight in the topmost ocean of bliss, Sri Krishna. For this reason, the dark complexioned Sri Krishna is known as Rama. Why? Because the devotees delight in bliss. The devotees who perform bhajan delight in the topmost ocean of bliss. Paramananda Bharidao. Then the next Rama. These are the last two Ramas, right? So Rama, in the arbors, Srimati Radhika gives joy to Sri Hari with her prem. Therefore, according to the etymological origin of Ramayati Anandayati, she who gives happiness and bliss, she is called Rama. Shri Krishna is known as Ram because he unites with Sri Radha or Rama. So this one, his name is based on Srimati Radhika's name, Rama. He who unites with Rama, who gives bliss to Krishna. Okay. And now I think this is the last Rama, right? Yeah. When Sri Krishna saw all the Vrajvasis weeping in Vraj, he swallowed the forest fire, thus giving them great pleasure. Therefore, Sri Krishna, who gives happiness to his bhaktas, is called Rama. Now the two last Hares of the Mahamantra. Hare, Sri Krishna went to Mathura Puri to kill Kamsa and other demons. Afterwards, he returns to Vraj with the desire to meet with Sri Radhika in a solitary place. She attracts Krishna from dhams like Mathura and brings him back to Vraj. For this reason, she is called Hara, the one who steals. She steals, steals Krishna away from Mathura and Dwarka and any other place other than Vraj, and she brings him to back to Vraj. So this is like Rath Yatra, same kind of mood, right? Pulling the Rath. Now the final Hare in the Mahamantra. Sri Nandanandan came from Mathura and Dwarka to steal away all the miseries of the Vrajvasis. That Nandanandan, who is endowed with pastimes that captivate the mind of Sri Radhika, is called Hari. The word Hari becomes Hare in the Bhakti case. Okay, so that's interesting, huh? The last two Hares, Srila Jiva Goswami explains that the first Hare is Srimati Radhika, who steals Krishna, who steals Krishna or pulls Krishna away from Mathura and other places like that. And then the last Hare in the Mahamantra refers to Hari, who steals away the miseries of the Vrajvasis when he comes from Mathura, when he came from Mathura and Dwarka to Vraj. So that is Srila Jiva Goswami's commentary on the Mahamantra. And now is Srila Guru Goswami's commentary. So, one second, I just checking. Okay. Oh, Haribo, Champak Mataji, and Vidya Didi. Haribo. Okay. So, commentary on the Mahamantra by Sri Gopāla Guru Goswami. As we know, the reason why we got into this is because we've been reading Bhajan Rahasya, and at the end of Bhajan Rahasya, Srila Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura says that these verses were compiled by by Gopāla Guru Goswami, and it was all the Madhuryamai and Yugal Smaranmai verses. So Srila Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura took all these Madhurmai and Yugal Smaranmai verses and included them in the Bhajan Rahasya. I think it was text 34. And now Srila Gurudev has even a more elaborate commentary, like Srila Jiva Goswami's commentary on some of those verses. So these first two verses are the introductory verses, I think. Let's see. Agyana tatkarya vinashaheto sukatmana shyama kishoramurte Shri Radhikaya ramanasya pungsa smaranti nityang mahatang mahanta. So the topmost devotees, Mahatang Mahanta, Mahatang, the greatest of the great, right? Mahatang Mahanta, the greatest of the greats, are the topmost devotees, the Mahabhagavats. They eternally remember Smaranti, Nityam. Nityam Smaranti. They eternally remember. What do they remember? The embodiment of bliss and the youthful black complexioned form of Sri Radharaman, who can destroy ignorance, avidya, as well as the disease of material existence born from it. So let's see. What are the qualities? It's number one is he's agyana tatkarya vinasha hetu. He is the cause, the hetu of vinash, of destroying agyan, that's ignorance, and tatkarya, and the effects of ignorance, like suffering, like the tapatrai that we went through yesterday, and all the pop that one gets, and all the effects of agyan, right? That's like avidya, agyan. That's like the whole reason we're in this world, right? It's like the first. So then, so that's the first quality. He steals away agyan and its effects, ignorance and its effects. Then sukatmana shama kishora murte. He is the embodiment of happiness. And his form, his murti, his form is of a sham kishore, and a youthful, dark complexioned. He has a dark complexioned, youthful form, and he's the abode of happiness. So that's 1, 2, 3. He's Agyana Tatkarya. 2, he's Sukatmana and Shama, Kishora Murte. Now, the last quality, the fourth quality, is that Shri Radhikaya Ramanasya Pungsa. He is that person of whom Asya, who gives, sorry, something like that, who gives pleasure, Ramanasya, he gives pleasure to Shri Rad, he is the pleasure of Srimati Radhika. Yeah. Yeah, because Radhikaya actually can mean a couple different things, but I think here it means Radhika's Ramana. Radha Ramana. I think it means he who gives pleasure to Srimati Radhika. I don't know. I could be wrong. Okay, so that's the first verse. And now the next one. Vilokya tasmin rasikam kritagyam jitendriyam shantam ananya chintam chittam kritar kritartayante kripaya sushishyam Pradayanama Trayuktapadyam. Oh, and you notice that in here, this has the three names in it, right? There's Krishna, which means remember the Aishwarya, my explanation of Krishna was Krishna means all existence and attraction, and na means spiritual bliss. So there's na there. He's the embodiment of bliss. He's the black complexion. Krishna means black, also, and he can destroy ignorance. Okay. And Radharaman. Yeah, so destroy ignorance, that's harati, right? So there's hari. The first line here, agyana tatkarya vinasha heto, can refer to hari. That's what we were reading, many explanations that were saying that hari means to destroy, to steal away, take away ignorance. And then Krishna means, okay, so Krishna means blackish. And na in the Mahāmantra, the na in Krishna means nivritti. What was it? What was it exactly? Is nivritti something? Anyways, but it means happiness, bliss. So sukatmana. And then Ram, Radhikaya Ramanasya Pungsa. So I always the Mahatam Mahanta, the greatest of the great, the Mahabhagavats, they Nityam Smaranti, remember that Pungsa, that person, that supreme person. Okay, now let's look at the next verse. The same that same Mahabhagavat, who upon seeing their qualified disciple completely full of devotion, attachment, and taste for the same Sri Radharaman, and also recognizing him to be grateful, victorious over the senses, peaceful, undistracted, and steady-minded. So that same Mahabhagavat mercifully gives such a person the verse containing Hare, Krishna, etc., namely the Mahāmantra, which is composed of three names. In this way, they make him successful. So he's explaining the qualities of the disciple here. That's nice. So let's look at the Sanskrit. Vilokya means having seen tasmin in that disciple. And now here are the qualities of the disciple. Let's see. Recognizing him. What does rasikam here mean? Like, does rasikam refer to the disciple? I'm guessing. These are the qualities of the disciple. Rasikam, he has taste, he has relish, rasik, he can taste, he is kritagyam, he is grateful. Jitendriyam, he has conquered the senses. Jitta indriyam, he has conquered the senses. And shantam, he is peaceful. And ananya chintam, his chittam, his mind is ananya, right? That means no other thing. It's not going anywhere else. It's one, it's fixed. It's undistracted. And then so that Mahabhagavat, the Mahanta, which is referred to in the previous verse, the greatest of the greats, the Mahabhagavats, they kritartayante. They make that disciple successful. And kripaya shishyam, so and out of mercy, kripaya, out of mercy, sushishyam, to that worthy disciple, they give pradaya, they bestow the nam traya yukta padyam. They give that Mahamantra which contains the three names, Hare, Krishna, Ram. Okay, so now let's hear now he's gonna, Gopal Guru Goswami is going to explain those names. This is a really nice introduction, isn't it? These are the qualities. Let's just go over it again. Rasikam, Kritagyam, Jitendriyam, Shantam, Ananya Chittam. So to that disciple who has those qualities, then the Guru, the Mahabhagavat, mercifully gives that disciple the Mahamantra, the Namtraya Yukta Padyam. Okay, so now commentary on the word Hare within the Mahamantra. So we haven't gone through this explanation of Hare yet. This wasn't in the chart. Yeah. Let's see. Harir harati papain dushta chitter api smrita anichyayapi sangsprishto dahatyeva hi pavaka. So Hare, just as fire burns even if touched by accident, similarly, the Lord can remove all the sins of a person with a wicked mind, regardless of the mood with which he remembers him. Thus his name is Hari, he who steals away. So Harati Papani. I think this is Papine. That doesn't sound like a Sanskrit word. Maybe it's Papani. That would mean sins. That would be plural of sins. So Harati Papani. I think it should probably be that, but I don't know. We'd have to see the original. So Hari means he steals away pop, or he removes. He removes pop, and even regardless of the mood, so dushta chittar api smrita. Api means even if he is smrita, remembered by dushta chittar, that means by those who have a wicked heart. And then it gives this example. What is it? Just as pavaka. Pavaka means fire. Fire, dahati. Fire burns. Even if it's touched, sansprishto, right? Sansprishto means touched. And anicca means, icha means desired, but without desire. Anicca, anichaya. Even without any desire, it's touched, the fire will burn. So it doesn't matter. Even if even if you're not aware of the fire or whatever, you don't know anything about fire, if you touch a fire, you're going to get burned no matter what. And so Harinam is the same. Even if somebody doesn't have any faith in the holy name, doesn't know anything about the holy name, but just if they chant it, even if the person has a dushta chitta, if he has a wicked heart, that Hari will harati. He will remove his his sins. It's a nice meaning, huh? And now we already went through this verse. This is the first verse in Bhajan Rahasya that Srila Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura uses. And on this chart, it was the Madhuryamai explanation of Hari. So, Vigyapya Bhagavat Tattvam Chid Ghanananda Vigraham Haratya Vidyam Tatkaryam Ato Harir Iti Smrita. By providing a clear understanding of the conclusive truth about his nature, Sri Bhagavan, the embodiment of eternity, knowledge, and bliss, destroys avidya, or the absence of knowledge, and its concomitant result, ignorance. Therefore, the name Hari, one who takes away, is an appropriate name to remember him. Yes. He reveals Vigyapya, he reveals Bhagavat Tattva, the truth about himself. His form is made of condensed chit and ananda. And he steals away, he destroys, he removes, avidya. Avidya and tatkaryam, and its effects, the effects of avidya, of ignorance. So he is known as Hari. Therefore, Ato, therefore he is known as Hari. Now, Gopal Guru Goswami, he gives a little explanation on this verse. Let's read it. It says, Athava sarvesham sthavara jankamadinam tapatrayam haratiti hari yadva divya sarguna shavana kathana dvara sarveshvam vishvadinam manoharatiti yadva swamadhurena koti kandarpa lavanyena sarveshvam avataradinam manoharatiti hari. Hari Shabdasya Sambodhane He Hare. So he is called Hari because he removes the threefold miseries of all the moving and non-moving living entities. So I think that would be the Tat Karyam. Avidyam and Tat Karyam. What is the Karya? What is the effect of avidya? What is the activities of avidya? It makes one suffer. And so he removes those threefold miseries of all the moving and non-moving living entities. The minds of materially enmeshed living entities are captivated by hearing and chanting his transcendental qualities. Therefore, his name is Hari. By his sweet, innate beauty and elegance, which is more enchanting than millions upon millions of cupids, he captures the minds of all other incarnations. Thus, the prince of Raj, Śrī Krishna, is known as Hari. The Bhakti form of Hari is Hare. And now gives 3 verses. Let's see. Rasadi premasokyarte. So that was the meaning of Hari. Now I think he's going to explain Hara. Srimati Radhika. Yeah, now these next 3 are related to Srimati Radhika. Rasadi premasokyarte harer harati yamana hara sagiyate sarbhir vrishabhanu suta para swarupa premavatsalyar harer harati yamana Hara Sakatyate Sarbi Shri Radha Vrishabhanuja Harati Shri Krishna Mana Krishna Hlada Sarupini Ato Haretyane Naiva Shri Radha Parigiyate. I recognize this verse. This was in the Madhurya explanation of Hara, right? Right here. It's right here. The Madhurya explanation of Hara. Okay. And then ityadina Shri Radha Vachaka Hara Shabdasya Sambodhane Hare. So to accomplish the loving pleasure of Ras, Srimati Radhika captivates the mind of Krishna by her form, her qualities, her tenderness, and love. Thus, gentle, virtuous persons talk and sing about the bliss potency, the Ladini Shakti of Sri Krishna, Vrishabhanunandini Shri Radha, by using the name Hara. Hara is addressed as Hare. Okay. So, it's getting late. I was going to try to go through this Sanskrit. Sokyarte. For the sake of sokya, of happiness. Like Rasadi Prem, Harer Harati Yamana. That one who, Harer Harati, who steals the minds, the mana of Hari, as Hara, Sagiyate, is Giyate means is sung of as Hari. And anyways, I'm not going to try to explain it now because it's late. I'd love to get through Srila Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura's explanation. So anyways, this gives a gist of it. Although this didn't translate all the verses. Sarupa Prema Vatsalyar Harer Harati Yamana. Yeah, that's not in the verse. Hara Sakatate Sadvi. Does it? That's the virtuous person's. This says Vrishabhanunandini, but what about the Vatsalya part? Maybe we'll have to come back to this another time and try to understand what the Sarup Prema Vatsalyar Harer Harati Yamana. Yeah. Okay. Now we come to the commentary on the word Krishna within the Mahāmantra. Krishibhu vachaka shabdo nashchane vritti vachaka tayor aikyam param brahma Krishna ittabhidhiyate. And notice with this, what Gopal Guru Goswami is doing is he's giving the general meaning, the and then he's going down and bringing it to the more secret, more secret, more secret, more deep, more sweet name. Yeah. And that's how we should always do things. We should always end with the sweetness. Don't begin with the sweetness. End with like that. So this is on this chart that we made. This is the Aishwaryamai explanation of Krishna. Krishi Bhurvachaka Shabdo, Nashchane Vritti Suchaka. Okay. Krishi Bhurvachaka Shabdo, Nashchane Vritti Vachaka, Tayor Aikyam Parang Brahma, Krishna Ittavidhiyate. Krishna, the verbal root Krish, means all attractive, and Na means all blissful. When combined, they indicate the all-attractive and blissful Parabrahma, known by the name Śrī Krishna. And then this famous verse, which we all know, is from Brahma Samhita. Oh, and I saw that this is from Mahabharata. This explanation of Krishna is from the Mahabharata. Okay, now from Brahma Samhita. Ishvara Parama Krishna Shachidananda Vigraha Anadiradir Govinda Sarvakarana Karanam. It is Govinda himself who is beginningless and who is the origin of all, the cause of all causes, the personification of eternity, knowledge, and bliss, and the supreme controller, who is known by the name Krishna. And then Anandaika Sukha, this is in the chart that we made. This is now the Madhuryamai explanation of Krishna. Anandaika Sukha Shriman Shama Kamala Lochana Gokula Nandano Nanda Nandana Krishna Iryate. And then he ends this with Krishna Shabdasya Sambodhane Krishna. So the vocative form of the word Krishna is Krishna. So that one without a second, who is the personification of the elixir of pure elixir, right? Is that how you say it? Of pure bliss and the source of delight for the residents of Gokul, is the lotus-eyed son of Nanda, Śrī Śyamasundar, the beautiful dark complexioned one, who is referred to as Krishna. The vocative form of the word Krishna is Krishna. Okay, so these are the qualities. He is Anandaika Sukha, Shriman. And actually, we read yesterday that this could also be like he is the Sukha Swami. He is Shriman, I think here could mean like he is the what would he say? The proprietor of the sole proprietor, Eka Shriman, Eka Swami of Srimati Radhika, who is the embodiment of Ananda and Sukha. She is, right? And then Shama, he is dark complexioned, and Kamala Lochana, he has lotus-like eyes, and he is Gokulananda, he is the bliss of Gokul. Nanda Nandan, he is the son of Nanda Maharaj. That is Krishna. It's not referring to Dwarkadish Krishna or Mathuresh Krishna. No, it's referring to Krishna, the son of Nanda Maharaj, the bliss of Gokul. Okay. Now, commentary on the word Rama within the Mahāmantra. So remember, it's starting from the most general, going down to the sweeter and sweetest. Rashabdo Charanat, Rashabdo Charanat Devi, Bahir Niryanti Pataka, Puna Pravesha Kaletu, Makarascha Kapatavat. So now the meaning of the word Ram, the most general meaning is, Sri Shankar said to Parvati, he said, "Hey Devi, by pronouncing the first syllable of the word Rama, so by pronouncing Ra, all sins leave the body. And when one chants the syllable Ma, it acts as a door to prevent the sins from re-entering." That's so cool. So Ra Shabda, when you Ucharanat, Ucharanat means when on pronouncing the shabda, the word, the syllable Ra, O Devi, Bahir niryanti pataka. All pataka, all sins are led outside, right? What does niyati mean? Taken away, taken out. Doesn't niyati mean to take? And so niyati means niryanti. Oh wait, no. I think I'm getting that was niyanti. That's niryanti. I don't know. Anyways, I need to learn Sanskrit. Okay. Anyways, I think it's go out. It goes out. All the pataka, all the sins go out. And then the makar, the word ma and or the syllable ma means that puna pravesh kale tu means again it's the door. It's the kapat, right? Like in what is it? Yang kali rupa sharira kona kapata ugadata, right? Kapat means kapata hanilo dware also in another song. What is that? Aemon goranga bina nahi ar. Kapat means door. So it's and kapat kapata vat. Vat means it's like. It's like a door. The word ma, the syllable ma is like a door, which prevents um all these pataka from or these sins from entering in again. Puna means again. Okay. Now Ramante Yogino and now this is the what we went through yesterday, the Aishvarya meaning of Rama. Ramante Yogino Nante. Ramante Yogino Nante Satyanande Chiratmani Iti Rama Padenada Parang Brahma Bhidiyate. So this is like the this is Shiva speaking. This is like from Tantra, right? Shiva, the tantric meaning of Rama. And now this is the yogic meaning of Rama. So yogis rejoice in the pure spiritual and unlimited absolute truth and the embodiment of bliss. That Parabrahma is known as Ram. Okay, and now, oh my God, it's already 8 o'clock. Yikes. Okay, let's rush through this. Then here is the Madhurya, my explanation, which we went through yesterday. Vaidagdya sarvasarvasa. Vaidag, it says Vaidagdi here, interesting. Vaidagdi sarasarvasvam murtalila didaivatam Shri Radham ramyan nityam Rama ityabhidhiyate. So Sri Krishna, the predominating deity of all the rust-filled pastimes, the crest jewel of the clever, and the topmost enjoyer of ras, Rasik Shekhar, he eternally gives joy to Srimati Radhika. Thus he is referred to as Ram. Love that. Shri Radham Ramyan I think it's the Ramayan Nityam. Yeah, it's Ramayan Nityam. Rama iti. Yeah. Um, so it goes from the tantric meaning to the yogic meaning to the Vraj Vrindavan meaning of Ram. And now Gopal Guru Goswami gives his commentary, and that's it. Then we've finished for today. So he says, Shri Radhayash Chittamakrisya Ramate Kridatiti Rama Rama Shabdasya Sambodhane Rama. Tata hi krama dipikayam chandram prati Shri Krishna mama nama shatenaiva radhanama saduttamam yasmaritu sadaradham najani tasya kim phalam. So Shri Krishna further attracts, this is Gopal Guru Goswami's own writing. He says, Shri Krishna further attracts the mind of Shri Radhika and thus enjoys performing pastimes with her. He is therefore known as Rama. The vocative form of the word Rama is Rama. If it wasn't vocative, then it would have a visarga at the ends. The nominative form would be Rama with a H with a dot underneath it. But if it's a Rama without like in Sanskrit grammar, if you see Krishna or Rama without an ending on it and just says Rama, then it can only be understood as the vocative case. It means O Rama. It means you're calling out to Rama. In the Kram Dipika, Shri Krishna said to Chandrama, the moon, he said, Radha's name is superior to hundreds of my names. In other words, by chanting Shri Radha's name just once is far superior to chanting my names hundreds of times. Even I do not know what benefit awaits that person who always chants and remembers Shri Radha. Jai Shri Vrishabhanunandini Shrimati Radha Thakurani ki Jai. Jai Shri Radha Nam ki Jai. Radha Nam Parama Sukadai. Right? It's a beautiful song about Radha Nam. Okay, so that is Gopal Guru Goswami's explanation, and we will end here. I guess tomorrow is Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakura's disappearance day. Maybe we should read Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakura's explanation of the Mahamantra on that day. That will be one thing we do. This is short, so it won't take too long. So that will be one part of our program tomorrow for Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, going through his explanation of the Mahamantra, which is all prayers. It's all, oh Hare, please captivate my mind and release me from material existence. Oh Krishna, please attract my restless mind towards you. Oh Hare, captivate my mind, like that. So the whole thing is like that. Um, oh, and Raghunath Das Goswami's commentary is very interesting. Well, it's the highest thing I've ever seen before. I the and that's why there's no translation given. In Gurudev's Mahamantra book, he just gives the Sanskrit. And so then I searched online and I found a translation of it. And I was like, okay, that's why I didn't get the translation. It's because it's like Geet Govinda, like full on like the most into I've never read Geet Govinda, but it's like the most intimate parts of Geet Govinda. It's uh actually, when I read it, I was like, oh my God, I've never read anything like that before. Like so intimate about what Radha and Krishna do and the kunjas but it's something pronounced for I don't know whenever. Yeah, anyways, but it's all from the perspective of Srimati Radhika chanting, and she's calling out to Krishna. So in his explanation, Hare only means Hari. It doesn't mean Hara. It doesn't refer to Srimati Radhika. It refers only to Krishna. And it's Srimati Radhika feeling separation from Krishna. And she's saying, oh, Hari. And like that. Anyhow. All right. That's our program for today. And at some point, I would really like to finish making that chart of comparing, because then after this explanation of Hari, Krishna, and Ram that we just went through now, then Gopal Guru Goswami gives an explanation of each word. And we went through both Jiva Goswami's and Gopal Guru Goswami's, and we sort of compared them together, but not very carefully. It would be really nice to just see. I don't know. I always like doing that kind of thing. Um, but I don't know. We'll see. I'm now um tomorrow. Okay, tomorrow's Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur's disappearance day. So, and then that will be a full-on day. The day after tomorrow is I'm going to be traveling to Kolkata. And then from Kolkata, I'm going to be going to Manipur. Um, ISKCON got a flight ticket for me to go for some kirtan program, and I just thought it would be like I was given this offer, and it's like they would pay for a flight for me to go there, and I was like hesitant because I have a lot of work to do on the songbook, but then I was like, this is I've always seen the Manipur, like how they dance with the mridangas and the like they do this like very special Ras Leela, and I've always had a special like my father is sees Srila Bhakti Swarup Damodar Goswami Maharaj as a Shiksha Guru. He always says his name in his Jaidvani. So I grew up like, and so to go to his place and with all of his disciples there and do kirtan and see how Srila Narottam Das Thakur still, my friend was telling me, my friend who told me about it and who invited me, he told me about Manipur, his experience there and how you can still see Srila Narottam Das Thakur, how much influence he has over everybody in Manipur to this day. And anyways, it all just sounded so exciting. And so I'm going to be going for that. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to continue this program when I'm there. Um, we'll see. I'm not sure if I'm going to have like a kirtan slot in the morning time or if my internet's even going to work well there. And we'll see. So this might be our last two programs. Yeah. Anyways, I'll keep you updated. Okay. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Haribo, Nitai Gaur, Haribo, Nitai Gaur, Haribo, 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 Nitai Gaur, Haribo. जय श्री सच्चिनंदन गौर हरि की जय श्री श्री राधा विनोद बिहारी जू की जय श्री गोविंद गोपीनाथ मदन मोहन जू की जय श्री गुरुदेव की जय श्री परम गुरुदेव की जय श्री प्रभुपाद की जय श्री रूपानु गौरिय गुरु वर्ग की जय स्वपार्षद श्री गौर नित्यानंद प्रभु की जय श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीगण की जय श्री गिरिराज महाराज की जय श्री तुलसी महारानी वृंद देवी की जय श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय जय श्री Hare Krishna Mahamantra ki jai. Jai Shri. All the explanations of Srila Jiva Goswami, Gopal Guru Goswami, Raghunath Das Goswami, and Srila Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura on the Mahamantra ki jai. Jai Shri Bhajanahasya ki jai. Did I say Gopal Guru Goswami? Yeah, I think so. Jai Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki jai. Jai Shri Chaitanya Shikṣāṣṭaka ki jai. श्री कृष्ण नाम संकीर्तन की जाए अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जाए समागत गौर भक्त वृंद की जाए the adivasthiti of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur's disappearance and Gadadhar Pandit's disappearance day ki jai jai Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki jai Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai Samagat Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai Shri Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bo Vrindai Tulsi Devai Priyai Keshavashacha Krishna Bhakti Pradadevi Satyavatai Namo Namaha Pancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Just one second. Sarve Shri Mataji, I'll get back to you. Just Dandavat Pranams, Nri Hari Prabhu, Bhavatarani Mataji, Sarveshwari Mataji, Anadi Krishna Prabhu, Bilva Mangal Prabhu, Dandavat Pranams, Rohini Nandan Prabhu, Rasa Priya Didi, Champak Mataji, Vidyalalasa Didi, and all other devotees watching. Guessing Indira Mataji, Raseshwari Mataji, and anybody else, Ganga Mataji. And also devotees watching in the future, like Shachi Devi and Revati Didi, Jayade Prabhu, Dandavat Pranams. Yes, Sarveshwari Mataji.
One thing, where did you post this posted this graphic of Aishwarya Madhurya?
Oh, that chart,
Yeah, the chart.
the comparison chart, I put it in our Bhaktivinoda Dhara WhatsApp group.
Oh, WhatsApp group. And one thing, on Friday is Ratha Yatra and Swarupa Damodar and Shivananda Sena. You will be back now?
That's the day. No, I'm going to be. I think I'm going for the Rath Yatra program there, and so
Oh, there in Calcutta?
I'm going to be in Manipur on Rath Yatra
Oh,
day. Yeah,
Manipur. Ah.
yeah. So I probably won't be able to do a program
Yeah,
that day.
yeah, understand. Yeah, right.
But yeah, I don't think so. Actually, what my plane leaves at 6 o'clock in the morning from Kolkata, and so I'm going to go to Kolkata the day before because yeah. So actually, I
In
think I can do. Yeah, yeah. What's that?
in Manipur is the place that Sipas Swarupa Damodar he was preaching there a lot. Sipas,
Narottam Das Thakur, as far as
no,
I
no,
know.
Swarupa Damodar of ISKCON, from ISKCON, but he was,
Oh,
Srila,
Bhakti Swarup Damodar Maharaj. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
very, very, very high, very advanced.
Yes.
Swarupa Damodar, yeah.
And he was the best friend, so like the very best friend of Srila Gaur Govinda Goswami Maharaj. They were
Yeah,
they
Srila
were
Govinda
like
Maharaj, yeah.
very close. And all their disciples are like interchangeable. Like the disciples of Gaur Govinda Goswami Maharaj are also the disciples of Bhakti Swarup Damodar Maharaj and vice versa.
Mhm.
Like the disciples see their gurus as like being the same almost. It's very sweet actually, their
Yeah, very
relationship.
sweet, yeah. Oh, wow, all right,
Yeah.
yeah. All right, so
Yeah.
thank you, Prabhu. We'll
All
have a
right.
good trip.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, and let's see. I might be able like maybe the morning time will be free from that time and I'll still be able to do the program and maybe the internet will work. I don't know, but it's just uncertain. But yeah, it's so I'll keep you updated on everything that's going on. So all right. All right. Dandavat pranams. Thank you so much for joining and see you all tomorrow for Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur's disappearance day. If anybody has any recommendations of what I should read, what we should do, I'm all open. I don't have any plan yet.